Hello, hello. Happy 4th of July. Andy Nichols from Two Legs here on another unplanned live stream. Enjoying the fourth holiday here in America. Those abroad, elsewhere, especially in the UK, I know it's just a regular day. It's just another day, as our man sings. So I hope you're enjoying your day and night as well, even though for us here in America, it is Independence Day. But let's face it, I'm such an Anglophile at heart anyway. So yes, I love America and its independence, but man, I am a true Anglophile. So I do sympathize with my fellow Brits who are just going about their day and probably at this time getting home from work and settling in. So yeah, they say it's your birthday. It is. I have in the background a version of America by Paul Simon. By Yes, which is just a great version of that song, America. It's totally different than the Paul Simon version of America. But as a big Yes fan, I've always enjoyed the version of America by Yes. Yeah, James Boyce, exactly who I'm talking about. Hey, America, you got a birthday today. Do I drink tea? Not so much. I mainly coffee. I drink coffee mostly. Occasionally, maybe in the afternoon, I might have a cup of... Synchronicity too. Yeah. I watched it live. I watched it live in 2001 right in my living room. He opened the concert with it. Pretty awesome. Sat down there on the stage with the little keyboard thing, remember? We opened the concert with it. Of course you were. You had to be young then. In 2001, I was 20. I had just turned 20. Yeah. Hello, Mike. Hello, Ellen. Weird and wacky. You look like a new person. Yeah. A lot of good versions of America, cover versions of America, but the one by Yes is just one of my favorites. Of course, the original by Simon and Garfunkel is great too. 15. We vote. Today's election day. We vote today to change the government from one shower to the next shower. Yeah. Yep. That was a magical concert for sure. But in hindsight, would you agree, James, that even though our man closed the show, the Who really stole the show that night? I mean, come on, you have to admit that. I'm curious what you and your dad think about that. Even though Paul closed it and everything, for my money, the Who rocked the garden that night. Yeah, Ellen. Yeah, Synchronicity coming out in July as well. They did. They really did. I mean, Paul was great. And he did, Yesterday and Freedom and From a Lover to a Friend, which was nice at the time, but it probably wasn't really the right venue to play that song. In hindsight. But, the intent was there. The good intent was there. And obviously he helped organize it too. Well, I've read stories about how that's not really entirely true either. And Lonely Road, yeah. He's plugging an album. He was plugging a new album. But I would not have chosen that event to plug new material. That should have been a 5 or 6 song set. And I think, God forbid, if that had happened now, I think Paul definitely would have done something much more traditional. He would have just gotten, yeah, I'm down. That was incredible. Yes, that was incredible. Hey, I'm down. Yesterday, if you had thrown a few other rockers in there. Okay, yeah. See, we don't talk politics on this channel. It's not done. We don't talk politics on this channel. Hey, is my co-host still with you, or is he back traveling to Michigan? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, is he still there? And how was the movie last night? How was the movie you guys saw last night? He's on his way back. Okay. Those of you who don't know that my co-host, Tom Hunyadi, took a little bit of a road trip to Canada to see that man, Ethan Alexanian, who does his own podcast, which is just a traditional podcast. It's not in video. It's called Fans on the Run. of which Tom and I have both been on several years back. And he has interviewed Mark Lewison and a host of other people. A lot more people, more privilege than we have, I must say. So give his podcast, check it out on your traditional podcast platforms. Hello, Susan. Happy 4th. The set on 12-12-12. Yeah, that's a set that should have been done. And that was the return of 1985 for the first time. Yeah, James, if you remember off the top of your head, throw out some of those songs. I just remember 1985 being on that. I want to say maybe there was High, High, High included in that. I can't remember now. Nope. Not yet. Not yet. And I don't know if anybody out there knows. Susan, I think, might have ordered it. Is it coming via USPS, FedEx, or UPS, or some other courier service? Yeah. Helter Skelter, Let Me Roll, and Let Die Valentine. Damn, my Valentine. Yeah. Helter Skelter open. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's when the members of the Sopranos were taking calls and donations. And yeah. Superstorm Sandy. That was not a pleasant time for a lot of people, especially in my neck of the woods here in New Jersey. A lot of people lost their homes and got flooded out, and it was not a good time. Fortunately, my immediate family was okay, but I know a lot of people that weren't. And I was a first responder at the time. Excuse me, I'm sweating out here. I was a first responder because I was a volunteer firefighter for 15 years, and the devastation I saw directly from Hurricane Sandy going out on the trucks was ridiculous and sad, really sad. So that concert of 12-12-12 was another one in the, where Paul did the right thing, and a host of other people did too. It was 2 years in a row with Hurricane Irene and Superstorm Sandy were pretty devastating. It wasn't Hurricane Katrina or anything else before that. Yeah. He did, okay. But that's kind of when it came back, around 2012, right? That's the first time he kind of brought 1985 back, sometime before that tour. Hello, James. Happy 4th. Who else here? Lynn. I just watched your Lawrence Juber interview from a few years ago. I saw him recently on the Maybe I'm Amazed YouTube channel. He reviewed Back to the Egg. That's a cool channel. We haven't talked about that yet. Those guys are really good. I haven't seen a whole lot of their videos. They review every McCartney song. I make it a video. They've got their own merch and stuff. They're doing it like track by track, because I think a lot of them are I think they're experiencing the music for the first time. I think. But props to those guys. I think that's great that they're just going song by song. I don't know. The U-Cube shipper, UMG, seems to ship FedEx a lot, though. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's a group. Okay. I see their videos on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Those are the guys that did Back to the Egg with in LA. I remember I think it was, I don't know if it was Lynn telling us about that. Yeah, back in Brazil, James. I was invited to go to Brazil to see Paul, but I cannot get the time off. The premium there is 70 pounds. That's not bad. I saw that. They're on the Russian album now. Saw that this morning. Comes up in my recommended things to watch. I saw that. Texas. It's always hot in Texas. Got a little basil there. Let me see. Let's show the viewers the basil from the Dad Nichols garden here. Look, fresh basil there. Look at that. Look at that, right out of the garden.
A little caprese salad.
Oh, right from the garden. The only way to do it. We don't get any of those here in Jersey. That's only in Kidsland. He just went inside, but I'll tell him you said hi, James. Yeah. Yep. Getting all that 4th of July stuff. So who's doing, James? Are you gigging today? You gigging tonight? I saw you gigged, I think the other night I saw in your story. Hopefully, if you have a pool, you're jumping in it. We don't have one here. Again, I'm on remote location. I'm on a long vacation away from home, visiting the folks. So they used to have a pool, but they don't anymore. So I'm quite jealous of those who get to jump in a pool or a beach today. Yeah, no cicadas, no cicadas. Hello, Laura. Smelled good too. Yeah, gonna get it all sliced up. The mutts with olive oil on top of it. Mwah. Hello, Andrea. Hello. Yeah. So we don't have a proper show dropping on Two Legs this week because it's the beginning of the month, but I'll be going live again Sunday morning in my usual slot around 11:30. And then next weekend, and I think some of you saw this, if you saw the Two Leg Story, we interviewed Alan Kozin for episode 253 for a iconic song series take on the backseat of my car, which was a fantastic discussion. We had Adrian on a month ago for One Hand Clapping. Now we had Alan come back on for about an hour and change to discuss the backseat of my car, and that was really fun. I'm editing it right now, and I'll have it ready for next Saturday night to drop. So that's our next show, and we're going to record a few more things in July, and then that'll be it. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Lakeland up there. Lake, like this, like that. I grew up at the beach. I've never seen so many lakes till I moved up there. My God. Susan, she got her uncut CD a few years ago from the UK, and I saw the Hoffman uncut has a sale. Yeah, and that's not, you get the 9 tracks. So you get a 9-track sampler from the forthcoming Mind Games set, which I had to listen. I got a copy of it also, and I got to hear. I think it was the Evolution version of Meat City, and that was pretty cool. Obviously, Mind Games was on there, and You Are Here, but just another couple of weeks now. Yeah. I'm up north in Morris County, so if you're up that way at all. But I've got family down the shore, so I'm rooted in up in North Jersey. But always willing to travel to a gig, especially if you're doing anything down the summer. Let me know. Send me a message. I would definitely love to come check out your gig. All right, there, Tony. Yes, send me the dates. Because summer's here and I got the time, and between some vacations and concerts, which are filling up rapidly, I just saw that Asia started a tour for the summer last night, and they opened up in Ridgefield, Connecticut. And the only original remaining member is Jeff Downs, the keyboard player, and they have enough hits. I think they're playing this week in the area. I'm tempted to go. I'll see. I don't know if anybody's any Asia fans out there, but I am tempted to go because they are playing most of that first album, which had all those big hits on it. I'll see. That might be like a game day decision. They're playing locally in the area Tuesday and Wednesday night, and they just played last night. So, no, and I regretted that. I regretted not going to that because that show, the other show in the area, is down in Camden, which I think is on the 7th. And I'm bummed. And I don't think Willie Nelson has been playing in the gigs recently because he's been ill. But I did read on the Hoffman forums. I saw on the Hoffman forums that Willie Nelson has now been cleared medically to play the next gig, which I believe is Camden on the 7th. But he did not play at the PNC Bank Arts Center, which is the one I would have gone to. And I really regretted that I didn't because Dylan did a full set at the end. Robert Plant, Alison Krauss, plus Willie and Bob. I'm sorry I did not go to that, because a good friend of mine is a Bob Dylan fan, and he kind of was like, these festivals, Dylan might only play 3 or 4 songs, so we didn't want to go to a packaged concert where there was a lot of other people. But in hindsight, that's a regret. We should have went to that. But yeah, good set list, good switch ups too, from what Dylan's been playing the last 2 years. Whatever. Yeah, I think that's all you need, James. It's like the first 2 are the only ones you really need. I know they did a slew of albums, but the first 2 are the only ones I think you really need. Yeah, but I'm tempted. I'm tempted to go see them. So James, these gigs, when you do them, is it with Stifler's mom or is it just yourself? I think it's probably just you, right? Uh, um, huh, there she is. Heidi, the MVP. Hi, I'm late. Hi, Andy. Happy 4th, everyone. Oh, it's you do it with Stiflers, all 90s stuff. Cool. Yeah, I would imagine that if you went to these gigs that you play at, and you start throwing some Deep Paul stuff at them, they're going to go, what the hell are we listening to? So you have to cater to your audience. I understand that. I understand that. But have you ever thought about doing something McCartney specific, James? Like starting your own thing and doing McCartney music on the sides? Yeah. James, I think the 2-record version is. Oh yeah, the repurposed, reconstructed double LP, which, depending on who you read, is not totally accurate. I like it as it is. Yeah, big park gigs. Yeah. Damn it, it's humid out here. This will not be a long stream. Sweating already. I've been online for 17 minutes. Woo! It was nice yesterday. We had some fireworks in town here that I could watch right from the deck here. Didn't have to go anywhere. Fantastic. Hopefully you all, wherever corner of America you're in, have a nice fireworks display to watch. From where I am here, I can look across the water and see the ones in New York. If it's not too foggy and dense out. Most years back in the day as a kid, I could look across the water and see New York and do it and see the fireworks. We'll see how tonight works out. Damn. It's definitely a dream of mine to do an all-Mac gig, but I'm too picky. It would have to be perfect or I wouldn't play it in front of people. Understood. Yeah. Well, maybe at the 2025 Fest, you can talk to the powers that be and work in a little set list there on the Apple Jam stage, which I've heard a date is locked in for the 2025 New York Fest, but not a venue. I heard that is a date, and it's going to go back to late March, early April. Nick, happy 4th from a British American. There's Nick Syrett, our fellow, our expat there who's located in America. How are you? Hope you're enjoying a midday. See, if you were back home, you'd be working right now, or you'd be done. See, this would be a bank holiday. We don't. I don't. I don't know. I just know that the dates are set. I just don't know the location, and that's the God's honest truth. That's what I was told. If I had to guess, maybe the Jersey City Hyatt again, which is fine. It's small, tight compared to Chicago. James, I wish you were coming to Chicago, man. I wish you were coming there because that fest is a totally different animal. It's spacious. You've got places to walk around. It's not as jam-packed. You can park. I really hope that you and your dad can make a trip one day to a Chicago fest because this will be my 3rd year in a row going next month. And every year has gotten better than the next. 2022 was the first time I went. I did like 1 panel, maybe 2. Last year was absolutely incredible to go, and this year will be just the best. And we've got a lot of other people coming this year as well, as long as Tom and Heidi and Joe Mayo and Ethan will be there as well too, and Kit, of course. So the whole gang will be there in Chicago. Yeah. Well, listen. Summertime and you're gigging, and I get that's the summertime is where you hustle and do your gigs. I get it. Montauk, I'll have to let my cousin know. He's a lifeguard out in Montauk. He's been a lifeguard in Montauk for 20 years. And he's a musician too. I have to let him know. Check you out. Yeah. Yes. Indeed. Tom's not in Chicago. Tom lives in Michigan. And we're staying at the hotel. We're all inclusive there. We're staying at the hotel. You're doing 5 weekends out there. Okay, yeah. Just if you DM me or whatever, and I'll let my cousin know. But then, and obviously your dates too. And Montauk. I mean, that must be a haul. Do you like go out there and then stay there for the weekend? Because my memory is I've only been to Montauk a few times, but that is like the ass end of Long Island, and it's quite a journey to get out there. So I hope that those gigs are well worth your time and traveling to get out there. I really do. Yeah, so the things I got to work on this week is find out who is shipping this Mind Games Cube. And if anybody really, I mean, Susan mentioned that she thinks it's FedEx, but if somebody knows for sure, just send me a message because I need to make some arrangements for that. Yeah. Right. So it's okay. Yeah. Yeah. My family grew up in, I had cousins that lived in New Hyde Park. So they would go out to Montauk quite a bit. And I think it was about 2 hours, like, New Hyde Park, Garden City. And you play 2 or 3 nights and you stay out there. Yeah. There you go. Make it worth it. Yeah. Must be nice though. It was, like I said, I was only out there once or twice and it was absolutely beautiful. He actually got married on the beach out there too. James says he won't make Chicago, but the game plan is New York City for 2025. Excellent. Loved your emails too. James emailed us during the week talking about he's like loves the covers of McCartney's music, The Art of McCartney, and then there was that one coming up, and I think listen to what the man said, which were those indie tribute CDs to McCartney, and I have them, and we went back and forth on email a little bit. I'm not the biggest fan of cover versions, as I said to you. James, I'd rather hear the song by himself. The lone exception being that Ram On tribute CD that Fernando Perdomo did with Denny Seiwell, because Denny Seiwell was on the record. But generally, unless it's a really knockout cover version, I'm gonna listen to the man himself sing it. Dylan doing Things We Said Today was interesting on The Art of McCartney. But covers are a little different. Russ. Hi, Andy. I saw Asia in 82. They rocked, underrated. They are, and you could call that, it's like a super group, cheap rock, whatever, 80s rock. I know they're an offshoot of Yes and ELP and all that stuff. But I think for what they were good. One of my favorite videos I was watching recently, if you're not aware, Greg Lake from ELP actually stepped in for John Wetton a little bit there in the early 80s. So you had like ELP with Carl Palmer and Greg Lake doing Asian music with Steve Howe. And there's a video of them doing Only Time Will Tell, which is probably my favorite Asia song from Asia. It's live in Asia, which was cool. That's the show. That's the video. That's the one. I love that concert where Greg Lake comes back for a little bit and was only in the band for like a week, and he learned all the vocal parts. So you had this kind of King Crimson ELP Yes offshoot band come back together to be Asia, which is cool. That I enjoy that. Wanderlust by Brian Wilson is a good cover version. Yeah. MTV special. Was listening last night with my dad on here out in the deck to music, and Rock Island Line came on by the Weavers, and I said okay, and I said Rock Island Line, like Lonnie Donegan, like the late '58. I thought Lonnie Donegan wrote Rock Island Line. I was wrong. It goes back decades before that. So of course I pull my phone out. I find Paul's version of doing Rock Island Line from Ubu Jubu. John, there's a couple of bootleg recordings of John doing it, but I don't think the Beatles themselves. They jammed on it during Let It Be sessions, but I couldn't find a bona fide outtake of the Beatles doing Rock Island Line. But because I heard it on his phone, and I'm like, I haven't heard that version before. Lonnie Donegan's, I know, but that would be interesting to check that one out. Yeah, little nuggets. You always learn something, especially when with your pop, as you know. Ow, damn. Ooh, so I think that's kind of probably going to be it. What is it now? A little bit after 2:00. It's been on for about a half hour, 25 minutes. I'll stay on for a few more. Why not? As long as people are here. I think we got some friends coming over to the house, so they might be in the background. Russ, Andy, some diehards fans were upset with Asia. They expected Yes meets LP. Well, it was the 80s. They had to have a new sound. You know, they weren't going to sound like Yes or ELP. There was going to be a new sound. And I'm really thinking about pulling the trigger Tuesday or Wednesday night. If I'm going to go, it's going to be Tuesday. They're playing at the Bergen Pack, which I just went to see John Anderson. So if I find a ticket that's halfway decently priced, I will go and see Asia. There's only one. I think there's a guy from Wishbone Ash in the band now, which is a band I'm not familiar with. And a few other people. I'm not familiar with the other musicians, but we'll see. Hello, Julia. Happy 4th to you as well. Happy 4th indeed. There's a breeze. Ooh, smoking. So, yeah, hopefully it cools off later in the day here. But, Joe. Hello, Joe. Happy 4th to you and the family. Same to you, Joe. Hope you're doing well. I got your last comment, I think, on YouTube. I think was our interview. We saw that. Yep. See you, James. Have a good one. And send me those gigs when you get a chance. Thank you. Hello, hello. How are you? I'm good. I'm live. I am. Yeah. Thank you, James. Hey, you need help with that, or you got it? All right. The usual burgers, dogs, the anti-pot salad that you just saw my father making with the fresh basil right out of the garden, slice, all the usual stuff. Burgers, dogs, some salads, all your typical 4th of July type stuff, minus the pool. So, indeed, friends and family are arriving, so I'm going to sign off. Quick live stream to wish everybody a happy 4th, and my friends in England who don't celebrate, I hope you're just having a good night and a beautiful one at that. So be well, stay safe, and I'll see you all on Sunday morning for my usual live stream chat. Take care, enjoy the day. God bless. Bye.